Howdy guys, Kevin, 8 o'clock tomato talk. I'm down in the boiler room. Long Island cheese, one of our favorites. Isn't that a beauty? Including this little guy. It's kind of a mystery. I don't remember planting this little fella. We're gonna do a seed unboxing, guys. This company is called Baker Creek. Awesome company. We've been ordering on and off from these guys for years, and we're starting to order from them more and more. I love their photography. I love their passion for the history and their passion for interesting and unusual fruits, and especially their passion, just like Seed Savers Exchange, for keeping alive the varieties that make gardening interesting, fun, delicious, and healthy for us. Combine all those, we're going to have more passion for gardening. Thank you guys for helping gardeners across the United States and beyond. Let's do an unboxing, whatever you call it. Look at that package. Isn't that pretty? The flowers, just very Americana. I love these guys. Oh, this is so cool. I got a bunch from these guys. We got a bunch from these guys. My wife and I sat up late the other night and ordered from them and a few other seed companies. So here we go. I had to work really early, but I didn't care. So one of the things I love about these guys, besides the stuff I already mentioned, is we got a lot of flowers here. I like that they give you free seeds. Free seeds just for showing up, just for ordering. I mean, you don't have to order a ton. I maybe ordered $30 or $40 worth of seeds, and they just threw in free seed packets. That's cool. I'm sure there'll be some in here. I'm assuming they've done it in the past. Let's see if they've done it here. So I'm going to do the flowers too, even though flowers is kind of my wife's thing. Snapdragon, tall, tender perennial, big spike, yellow, lavender, and rose, multicolored. All right. Well, look at this cosmos. That is amazing. Black magic. All right, there we go. Cosmos, larger blooms, neater growing habit. I'm not sure what that means. Maybe they're more tight. Incredible new Black Magic Cosmos. So that's a new variety they've come up with. Somebody has. This is originally from Mexico. Oh, Dr. Keith Hammett has created this. So thanks, Dr. Keith. Another Cosmos, seashells. It's an annual as well. Ray flowers, cone-shaped rather than flat. Oh, gotcha. See how they kind of cone, instead of like Cosmos, are most of the time kind of splayed out like that. Sweet peas, Old Spice. Old Spice mix. All right. Canterbury bells. Awesome. Tall spikes, long-lasting bell-shaped flowers featuring rich tones of purple. Garden staple for centuries. It makes a fine-cut flower. It was offered by Comstock Fair and Company. Comstock Fair and Company in 1856. Awesome. Very historic. I love the fact that these guys, just like Seed Savers on the last video I did on this unboxing thing, really lets you know where these seeds come from. I love the history of gardening and the history of flowers and the history of all the veggies that we grow at the 8 o'clock Tomato Talk Gardens. And I'm hoping you guys get more and more into it as the years go by, guys. It's important to know where stuff comes from. Settlers and immigrants and other folks and seed scientists and whatnot brought to light and nurtured these seeds so that we could have them around now. Here we go. More sweet peas. Blue reflections. Ah, shimmering shades of lilac and blue. Rich fragrance. So a couple of those. All right, now we're getting into my show. My part of the show, guys. Veggies. My wife kind of talked me into this one, but I'm not going to throw her under the bus here. I'm intrigued by it. I'm maybe horrified a little bit too. Indian giant snake bean. This Indian variety of our favorite fascinating edible gourd. Okay, am I reading that right? Let's move on. The snake gourd is known as chachinda in Hindi and is particularly popular in southern India, where it is made into curries and sabzi, whatever that is. It's obviously an Indian dish. A beautiful vining plant. So these things get up 12 to 18 inches long. Pick them when they're around that. I guess if they get any more, they get kind of tough and but they're not a bean. A snake bean is what they're called, but they're a gourd. So obviously slice them, but I mean, the flowers look fantastic on them. Snake bean. Here we go. Look at this. A free, I'm already on number 2. I'm only on number 2 of the veggies, and I've already got a free packet. So I told my wife earlier, I'm just going to grow not Black Seed Simpson, but the COS type lettuces this year, which is like Paris Island, romaine type. Because I've always done good with those. But now this is going to get me branching out again. Landis winter lettuce. So an incredibly cold, hardy, classic Pennsylvania Dutch winter lettuce. Great. So maybe I'll grow this in the fall. This variety, descendant of the now extinct 1700s variety called white tennis ball. I love it. From the Roughwood Seed Collection, probably a private seed collector, who shared it with a great company like Baker Creek. All right, one of the most frost-resistant lettuces known. Superb for winter harvest. Awesome. Thanks, Baker Creek. You guys are very generous. Moving on, Saxatu. I've never grown this radish, but we're going to try it. Oddly enough, as easy as they are to grow, I've had trouble growing radishes. But here we are. I'm going to here in Indiana. I grew them great in California. So yeah, popular European variety, the earliest radish we've grown. Bright red, obviously. Beautiful. Excited about that. Look at this. Here's another fun one my wife and I ordered. Long beans. Chinese green noodle. So this thing, let's see, gets up to 12 to 18 inches long too, just like the snake gourd. The noodle bean, it's also called the noodle bean, botanically speaking, is a cowpea, supremely heat tolerant. It creates a vine that can grow up a trellis or crawl across the garden. Pick them when they're about pencil thin and prepare as you would a green bean. Look at that, they've twisted them in knots. I do love the photography with Baker Creek. They really highlight these wonderful varieties and these creations of nature, really, is what they are. And they really just show the art that is in creation. You can tell they just have a love for that, the way they display these things with their photography. I love that. Chinese green noodle, new tomato, guys. I'm super excited about this. And I'm a dad, so why not? Dad's Sunset. Kind of sounds like Dad's Sunset. See you later. I don't think so. I'm just getting started in my gardening. Actually, let me read that again. The perfect orange tomato, exclamation point. Large 10-ounce fruit, so about like that. Very smooth, uniform, and keeps very well. One of our most favorite varieties. That's a mouthful when you hear it from Baker Creek, because they have a lot of varieties they grow and test. I'm excited about that. We've never grown a pure orange tomato, and this is my entry into the orange tomatoes. So many varieties out there, guys. Don't just stick with beefsteak, though they're great. Don't just stick with Celebrity. I'm growing that too, but grow 8 other varieties too, at least. Dad's Sunset. I'm so excited about that. New cute for us too, Boston pickling. Actually, we grew that last year. This did good. We're growing it again. Obviously great for pickling and fresh eating. Don't forget, if it says pickling, guys, it doesn't mean you can't eat it fresh. Just pick it and eat it too, fresh. An old heirloom variety dating back to 1880. Love the history. Vigorous vines, large, good quality. All right, there we go. Thank you, Baker Creek. Hey guys, check it out. Another free seed packet. This is Merlot lettuce again, so we're going to really get some lettuce going this year. I thought I was only going to grow romaine. 55 days. Reputed to be the darkest red lettuce. What if that has a lot of antioxidants in it because of the color? I'm guessing so. Crisp, waxy leaves. Recommended as a cutting type for baby greens. All right, new pepper for us too. Ajvarski. I believe that's how you say it. Ajvarski. Amazingly fragrant. Ooh, Macedonian. Awesome. So Macedonia. Let me think of my European geography. Around Spain, right? Macedonia, I believe. Roasting pepper. You know what that doesn't mean? Just like the pickle and cuke, it doesn't mean you can't eat this guy fresh. Awesome. I love that. That's a beautiful pepper. Never grown this. Heard so much about it. What a great story. I can't wait to read you the story. They better have it on the back here. Mortgage lifter. What does that mean? Oh, they've got it. Here we go. Developed by M.C. Biles. I believe this guy was a mechanic in West Virginia. There we go. West Virginia. This was named for paying off his mortgage. This guy, and I'll tell you a little bit about it. I'll embellish here. A bunch of different varieties. Old German, and a beefsteak or two. And put, I can't remember which tomato he planted in the middle, and then planted those other ones I'm mentioning around it, and kept cross-pollinating for years till he finally stabilized this variety enough to create the mortgage lifter. Then he began selling these plants for $1 a pop. Now we're talking like 1930, 1940, I believe. So that's a lot of money back then. People came from miles around, paid off his mortgage, $6,000, I believe. So there we go. 1 pound fruits, beautiful, delicious, sweet taste. Can't wait to grow these. Yes, I pick them for names sometimes. Would you look at the name of this? The Super Schmelz. Super Schmelz. I believe that's probably, I'm hoping that's the average size. It's a kohlrabi, guys. Most kohlrabis get about like that. Okay, you know, a little bit bigger than tennis ball size or tennis ball size. This thing gets up to 10 pounds. I love it, yet stays tender. So you just peel the outside and you eat the middle fresh. Just slice it. Awesome, just to eat fresh. We always eat our kohlrabi fresh. Giant white kohlrabi, Super Schmelz. I just love that. Last but not least, I'm growing lemons. Psych, it's squash. Would you look at that? They look just like a lemon. That's their most popular summer squash. That's great. The shape, size, and color of a lemon. Huge yields and pest resistant, delicious and prolific. That's so cool. All right, guys, lemon squash. That's it for Baker Creek, guys. That is so exciting. Can you believe that? I mean, thanks, Baker Creek, for doing what you're doing, keeping the torch going, keeping the passion in gardening alive. Hope you enjoyed this unboxing, guys. Get out there and do some gardening. 8 o'clock Tomato Talk. Talk to you soon.